Welcome to the Ask Domnat show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. The fastest 30 minutes of your day to make you an overall more informed person. My name is Dominique Pereira, but you might know me as Ask Domnat. And people are asking. The questions are coming. So thank you for that support. And one thing that people are asking about consistently that we're seeing here, jobs. This is an economic show, entertainment and informational purposes only. But the economy is struggling for everyone. And here's where the rundown comes in, guys. Let's get into our February 27th rundown. Another massive job layoff due to AI. I am having mixed feelings on AI, frankly. And we're going to be talking about a company that let go of 40% of their staff, a big company. And because of that, I don't want to just tell you about the problem. I wanted to tell you a reversal, something that I've actually been thinking maybe I was wrong. I might have been wrong. So we're going to talk about blue collar. And then lastly, guys, welcome to this Friday show. I want to introduce you to a project that I've been working on for about a year, a little less than a year. It is my Angolan coffee operation. It might have been a mistake. I want to tease you guys with it. I want to make sure if you're watching that you get a chance to see what we've been doing in Angola. I do have a coffee operation, if you can call it that. I don't like the word coffee plantation. I don't know, colonialism, blah, blah, blah. But we have coffee. Bom dia, meu irmão. Como estás hoje? Até, you know what? Something really cool. Mr. Fireball 619 and those people watching, when we get to the Angolan part of the show, it is going to be in Português. Porque minha fazenda está em Angola. So the farm is in Angola. So out of respect for my Angolan followers, por respeito para a gente que está a assistir em Angola, eu vou fazer aquela parte do show em português. Agora vocês têm que me perdonar, porque o português está um bocado meio maluco, mas vamos avançar. Okay, so the Portuguese is going to be coming out when we talk about Angola. But before we talk about Angola, what are we going to be talking about today? Fintech company Block. So if you don't remember this guy, he is Jack Dorsey, co-founder and a previous CEO of Twitter. And he now runs and is the CEO of Block. They run the company like Square, right? Payment processing. They let go of 4,000 of their 10,000 employees, which is so freaking crazy to me. And why did they let them go? Because of AI. They're saying, well, AI can do most of the things that those 4,000 employees were doing. It is amazing because where are these people going to work? If every company is letting people go for AI, where is everybody going to work? And after that, what does this headline say? Fintech company Block lays off 4,000 of its 10,000 staff, citing AI gains. But then the 20% increase in their stock. Let me zoom in for you there. 20% increase. So not only are we letting go of people, we're celebrating it as far as the market is going. Who was making money from all of these layoffs, guys? So, and it's not like, oh, okay, they let go, the company is struggling, right? Like, no, somebody became very rich. Block shares gained 5% Thursday, to $54.53 dollars before reporting its earnings. They shot up nearly $69 in after hours, $69 in after hours trading. The mobile payment service provider reported its fourth quarter gross profits jumped 24% from a year earlier. What does that mean? That means that when they showed their earnings, people were like, oh, you guys are making money. That's good. That's nice. But then they're saying, oh, we're going to let go and we're going to fire a bunch of people. People are like, yes, that's what we love. Oh, why are you letting go of people? Because you guys are struggling as a company, because we need to cut down costs, because wait. No, let me show you guys something. Block profits profits last year, gross profits, $10.4 billion. They were not struggling. They made $10.4 billion in gross profits. They just want to let go of more people. Now, who are we serving? Is this economy for the ultra wealthy? It's not an economy for us. It's not an economy for the average person. And you know what, Aaron, send me that tweet. There was a lady. Let me see here. Get rid of this. I'm gonna share it with you guys. Friend of mine sent me this. There was a lady, poor lady. I forgot her name, but this is one thing that I want to share with you guys. She just started working for Block, and when she started working for Block, okay. Hold on. Let me share my screen here. She then gets laid off. She quit her job to work for a company, and after she quit, she gets laid off. Let me share my screen here. Boom. Can you guys see this? Amanda. Now my screen doesn't want to cooperate. Crawford. Can you guys see it? Hi everyone. I'm devastated to share this for so many reasons. I recently joined Square/Block, but was affected by the layoffs today. I'm seeking a new role and would appreciate your support. If you hear of any opportunity or you just want to catch up, please send me a message or comment below. I'd love to reconnect. Hashtag open to work. She's a senior data engineer and senior software engineer roles is what she's looking for. She's worked for Dropbox, Block, Microsoft. Whoa, get that off. Whoa. What does that mean? She's qualified. She's worked for some of the biggest companies, and it's still not enough. Still not enough. And at what point are we going to just start realizing that these profit and loss statements are not meant for us, guys? So here's where I do think I was wrong. For the longest time, when people would tell me, hey, Dom, I'm looking to get into a new career. In the technology world, you are making a lot of money with FANG companies, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. Then you throw in a couple others, obviously, in there, Microsoft, OpenAI now, whatever. And that was the holy grail of jobs. That's maybe not the case anymore because they're laying people off left and right, and not like, oh, just low level, whatever. No, these are highly qualified people. So maybe the new way to go, and I'm going to share this with you guys, is not these large technology companies, but rather two sorts, blue collar. Blue collar is making a resurgence, guys. The people affected by the AI transition the most are white collar workers. They are technology people. As a matter of fact, I might not even be real. You guys are watching this, but I might be AI. And if I'm not AI this year, certainly I could be AI next year. And AI can't do this. Anthropic, get your dirty little hands off of studying Ask Dom That podcast. I don't want to see no fake Ask Dom That AI podcast out there. But so what jobs are not affected by AI? Because before I was saying, hey guys, you can make 150 grand doing software engineering, software. Get into software, get into whatever. Now the people that are going there, they're coming back like, Dom, we're getting fired. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So what did I say? What am I saying now? Blue collar work is making a resurgence. And one video that I saw, let me share my screen with y'all. I saw this guy. I don't know. He's in the suit and tie, so he's not really blue collar, but he runs an electrical whatever. Look how much. Well, look what he's saying. Okay, and you guys hear it or no? Okay, you can't hear it. Let me share. I'm being told that you can't hear it. So let me share it again because I want you guys to hear it. It's an important thing. Okay, hey Vic. Hey, morning Vic. How you doing, brother? Let me share it again, right? Like I bet if this was look, this once the AI started hearing that I'm gonna replace it, um it decided let me okay, I see the problem. Technology. All right, share my screen again. Share what okay. Let's share my screen. Thank you. This guy here, he's Shamath Palayapativa. Whatever. No disrespect to his name, but Facebook executive. He used to be, so he's at the big wigs, right? Let me share what this guy is saying. Facebook executive, multi-billionaire, talking about the future of work.
I'm the lead investor in a 1 gigawatt data center project in Arizona. We have to pay electricians between $500,000 and $750,000 a year, which is more than what we pay the engineers that work at the models at a Facebook. But it's an example to your point of just the economy has created earnings potential across the board in ways that I've never seen in my career. I'm the lead investor.
Okay. That guy, billionaire, is saying he is the lead investor in a gigawatt factory out in Arizona, which I as a technology guy, I've been part of these projects. I've not been getting paid that much, but I've been part of projects before with my technology company like this, where they're building out these crazy, it's 5 square mile gigawatt factory. That means you can drive 5 miles this way, 5 miles that way, and just around one building. It's crazy. How much are they paying electricians? $500,000. That's crazy. I don't know if that's just that one project. I don't know if this is going to be, but if you've been keeping up with AI, you've been hearing we need more electricians. Power is the thing. You need people who know how to handle machines. You need. I know we got a couple mechanics in here. You guys are back in demand. Blue collar is back in demand. AI has not taken away people who know how to work with their hands. People who know. For those of us who just know how to type and write blogs, good luck. I'm telling you, they're letting go of people. So you have to start shifting your mindset that everything is now. There's also other things that I just rather talk to a human about. I will not be at a restaurant wanting to talk to a robot. Please give me a waiter. Please let me experience that human connection. Because I was just at a store. There's somebody behind the counter. She didn't even say hi to me. She didn't even greet me. They're just like what I thought was a cash register, but it was the opposite way. And you just order there. Why do you have a counter then? Why do you have somebody behind there? No, you just order there, stupid system. And then it asks you for a tip. Dumb. Barbers, just got a haircut. That's yeah, who's in the blue collar work around here? What do you guys do? You guys tell me if you're in blue collar work, what do you do? Have you been seeing the effects of it? Because with that being said, I'm not saying that it won't change how you work. I'm just saying that it's not affecting day and night like I'm seeing some people. I'm talking to people like I'll have a lunch with somebody today. Oh, how's work? Oh, it's good. It's good. It's great. Well, I'm loving it. Whatever. We're implementing this AI system, and I'm trying to tell them, you might be putting the person, your replacement, and then tomorrow they're out. AI is going to take over everything that we can fundamentally teach. Put this comment up. This is from Victor. AI is going to take over everything that we can fundamentally teach and create a process for. If it can be programmed, it can be taken. Ominous. So what's the solution, guys? Mr. Fireball. AI is still trying to find its place, but eventually it'll settle. Now human interaction is more scary, or much more scary, therefore more valuable. I mean, scarce. No one wants to talk to a robot. Thank you. Thank you. So I think here's the last point on this. I agree with both of y'all. I think AI is can do about everything that I do at work, right? But at the same time, eventually there's going to be enough of us that say, okay, this one guy is making a lot of money with his AI. If all of these people are making all this money at the top, they're going to need people to buy their products, right? Like Amazon, when they let go of 15,000 people, it's just a weird little cycles of freaks and pedophiles, people. When they're in their little community of rich people, that guy's Besant, who was on that video that I showed, he was on the Epstein Island. Sorry, not this episode, I guess. And remember, my brakes are fine. I just changed my oil lines. So, but the long story short, these guys at the top, they're like, hey, we made $10 extra billion, but the people who we laid off can't buy our products anymore. So what do? Right? Everybody who has a yacht needs somebody to work on their yacht. No, nobody wants. So it's like a weird psychology of keeping people suppressed and working down here just enough. Because if you take too much away from the people, that's when windows start getting broken. That's when revolutions start. That's when the French Revolution, when they keep taking, you see what happens in these African countries. They're rich with oil. Like Angola, for example, which we're going to go to next. Angola, rich with oil, diamonds, minerals, everything. You guys have seen it. And then what? They look like a third world country in some cases. So who's stealing? Invest in the infrastructure. I liked it. I like it. How do you invest in infrastructure, though? I mean, that's difficult. That's difficult because realistically, it takes a lot of money. It takes money to make money, right? Like I almost want to say invest in the knowledge, right? Because you can gain knowledge. Right now, they're paying people to come in and implement, be an AI implementer. I wish I could show you guys my YouTube. There's a couple YouTube videos that I watch, and I'll be sure to share it. Matter of fact, I'll share in the Ask Domnat All Access community later today. Where I've taken these courses on AI infrastructure. I then just charge people to implement their AI systems for them. I might be fired eventually, but for now, I'm making a lot of money. But okay, speaking of what have I done to invest in infrastructure? Can I share something with you guys? I've been honest with you guys, but I haven't been totally honest. No, I've been telling you the truth, but not the whole truth. And the whole truth is, these are my guys. And this lady here, I started a coffee farm in Angola about a year ago. Olha, eu comecei uma fazenda de café em Angola como ano atrás. Estamos em Kwanza Norte, essa é parte do terreno da família que temos aí, mas eu decidi que queremos avançar, já que os nossos avós começaram anos atrás. So I'm going to go back and forth here because I have a lot of family and friends that are out of Angola that watch the videos and they use Google Translate with AI. But let me pay homage to them. So let me start off with where we're at. Let me see here. So yeah, let's share. Can I share my screen, Aaron? Okay. This is going to be all discombobulated because I wasn't really prepared for this. But last year, we visited Angola, my place of birth, rich with oil, but, I'm just like, we're traveling. And I'm just going to talk you guys through some of this. We stopped by a market. This is me just feeling at home, right? And then I decided this is let me see here. This is me looking like a complete tourist, even though this is my home, my birthland. But where were we going? I was going to the lands of my grandfathers. Eu visitei aqui em Kassumba, que é o terreno dos meus avós. E também o outro lado é Banzi em Banzi, que é o lado do avô da mãe, a Celeste. And these guys here are showing me where my grandparents are buried. My grandfather, technically, under the tree here. But all this land, and he was stylish with a robe in the middle of Africa. just with a robe. I love it. So I decided, how can I give back, right? Because I've been investing in farming and business in America. America has a lot of money, enough money in some cases. So what did I do? I decided, well, let me put some of my money, and I've been so frustrated investing in America. Look at these houses here, right? Like these are the houses that my mom and dad were born here in this town, different towns. And I didn't get any like release form. So if I'm telling y'all their business, it's okay. But this is the house that they were, not this house per se, but this is where my parents were born, in opposite sides, you know. But this is the town. And this is inside the house. Essa é dentro da casa. Estou aqui com as tias. And no, like I brought that little lantern. I was like, this is just so wow. Right? Like I brought the lantern. We don't have running water, electricity, but I just loved connecting with my roots, if I can say that. So my aunt, Tia Santa here, Tia Cati, Tia Maria, just a lot of love. My parents hadn't been back for over 40 years, maybe. And then we started drinking. We started drinking some mysterious stuff out of some mysterious containers. And maybe at this point that I realized I'm home. I don't know what this is, but they got enough cups for everybody and one light. And at this point is maybe when I decided this is where I want to invest my farm at. So what did we do? Let me and then look at this, guys. These are, I guess, technically speaking, some of my cousins. Like I was a little scared because that kid had a machete and I had a camera and he looked. But yeah, so we chased the goat. We cooked. This is my cousin here, Futura. We were outside. I'm like, this is home. So what do I now? I'm just showing you guys where we're at, right? Like this is the outskirts. The young ladies are cooking. The young kids, they went and they caught a goat that we had up there. I didn't show all of that, but let me show you guys. This is my team. So I decided, let me hire a team. Let me hire the local guys. Let me provide some jobs up there. And let's make Angola again. Right? We used to be the third largest coffee provider. Antes nós fomos o terceiro melhor, sim, os produtores número 3 de café no mundo. Mas agora não estamos fazendo nada, quase nada. Tem alguma gente que está fazendo coisas aí, mas eu decidi que essa equipe aqui, vamos começar a fazenda de café. So this is the team. You see back here is a little tin hut, I will call it. We gave some book bags and I bought some stuff for the kids, some toys. I'm going to hopefully provide a little library and school. But this is a couple months in. We did bananas, corn, coffee. So let me see here if I'm just going to speed through some of this. Aqui a bananeira, estamos próximo do lago. But there's a problem. The hugest problem that we have is water. I didn't realize I started a farm in the freaking drought season. Not season. This is a drought year. So we're running out of water. Não temos água. Tem aí uma seca que está afetando tudo. You see how closer to the river, the bananas and the corn is growing well, but up there it's not. This was when we tilled the land. Here is these are the little coffee seedlings. You can see it here a little bit. That's one. I'm trying to grow, just to give you guys perspective, how many acres? 20 acres of coffee eventually. It's going to be hopefully 200 acres. This is how we started. We cleared it. And then let's see my videos. You see, I had to buy a lot of. Eu tinha que comprar essas mangueiras, porque a água, temos um rio aí, mas com a seca não está chovendo, não está fazendo nada, então tinha que comprar, eu acho que eram mais ou menos 300 metros de mangueira para tirar água. Olha, and then we don't have a tractor. We had to do all of this by hand. So we cleared it. And then what did I decide? I decided, olha, you guys need a house. Você precisa de uma casa que nós podemos, estamos alegres de trabalhar aí. You need a house that you can be proud of to stay in there. We need to be able to bring people. No machinery, I'm assuming. No, look, no machinery. I'm going to show you guys. look, so this, I decided that you can't live in a tin. I want you guys to be proud of working at Fazenda da Javô Domingues de Celeste. That's the name of the farm, Fazenda da Javô Domingues de Celeste. So I bought a lot of bricks or whatever. So that's the layout of the house so far. No permits needed, guys. All right, if you know what I mean. But because we were having issues, I have a team out there building the house. We have a team also trying to do the seedlings. Let's see here. And let's see, what are we working with? It's not been a great harvest, I'll tell you that. He's just telling me, he's pointing out some stuff. Give me 1 second, guys. These are my cousins and the administrator in the area. They're the ones that are taking charge. The administrator's just there happy that we're investing in the area. And then, this is fun, right? So she's looking at what we're all doing. We're building 2 houses. Nós estamos construindo duas casas. Uma casa vai ser uma casa mais para os trabalhadores, outra casa vai ser uma casa para como uma oficina. So one house or building is for the workers exclusively. The other one is more of an office. And look, I hired some ladies. This is here, one of the ladies in the town, uma das tias aí. And I hired her originally to just help with the cooking. She's supposed to just be the auntie with the cooking. They called me. She's like, no, that she's out there tilling. I'm like, what? She wants to go and till. She's like, you guys are doing it wrong. So no, credit to her. Até as tias estão aí mesmo enfocando que temos que fazer. Então, estou muito alegre com isso. But no, she can till and cook better than the rest of us. Boom. House collapsed. At least that wall. Guys, maybe I'll save this for the Ask Domnat community. We have the All Access community if you guys want to see all the videos. Vic, you asked machinery. Yeah, it's called shovels. These guys are taking sand, a lot of sand by hand. They throw it there, whatever. Look, throwing the brick up. There is no tractors right now. I've tried to find the tractors. Não temos. Se vocês sabem aí, alguém que tem tractor em Kwanzaa Norte, por favor, me chama. Estamos buscando tractor. Não sei porquê, mas aqui estamos fazendo muitas coisas em mão. E só está a levar muito, muito mais tempo, mas vamos avançar o projeto. É só trabalho de obra mesmo. É só que... And look, one thing that I did learn about my Angolan brothers and sisters is that I bought them all boots, but they love to wear sandals. I mean, all right, so this is one of the lavras in Portuguese, they call it, right? So this is, I think we were growing, this isn't celery. I don't know what this was, but they were just showing me what we were growing here, right? Seedlings. This is right? I'm just jumping through the videos. Let me see if I can show you guys some of the recent. Okay, some peppers going. Now, all of this stuff here, the first thing that I want to do is feed the local community. I want the local community to have access. Essa aqui, a primeira coisa que eu quero assegurar que a comida pode sustentar os nossos trabalhadores e também a comunidade, o povo aí. Daí podemos estender o resto do país, porque precisamos mais de agricultura em Angola. Se vocês estão fora do país, estão na América, tem muita oportunidade aí. É difícil, mas sim, temos que avançar mesmo a nossa obra de agricultura. Tem gente que estão fazendo. So this is a couple months later. Look how well the bananas are doing, right? So we're intercropping. If you see that look, we replaced this wall. We did it with the brick instead of the adobo. So half of the house we were trying to do with adobo, which is those, but we're going to make it nice. We're going to make it like, real nice, real great. But watermelon, I love me so. How do you say watermelon in Spanish, Vic? It's melon, but I forgot how you say watermelon in Spanish. I think just melon. So we're intercropping watermelon with this is just, and then this is kind of the whatever that's called, the trays that we're doing. Again, so because we were having the water issue, where we started digging these holes to make a tank, a water tank, right? Because there's just not enough water. So we built a bunch of those holes. And let me just skip through some of these here. Like you see how low the water is in the river. That's what they're showing me. The river is drying up. Let me see here. Sandia. Thank you, Mr. Fireball. Oh, we have a Spanish battle, guys. I'm being told that watermelon is called sandias by Mr. Fireball 619, and Mr. Victor Velez, one of the best mechanics in Philly, is saying melon de aguas, melon de aguas. I don't know. You guys know better than I do. So if you are of the Spanish persuasion, how do you say watermelon? This is our corn. This is boom, boom, boom. So you see, guys, we're growing. We're growing a lot. We're growing a lot. So let me speed through some of this. This is now a couple months in. Look at that corn, baby. Corn. I learned that 2 stalks of corn, and you guys got to learn how to grow corn because you can't trust the government, guys. You can't trust these institutions. They will poison you. You heard that we're putting more herbicides. We just got a new mandate to put more herbicides in the food, guys. If you need seeds, just let me know. I'm not even doing this for the money. That's coffee. Let me try to get to the coffee. I'm doing this for the love of humanity. I just want to see everybody be healthy, eat well. Okay. And here we are now. We're using organic fertilizers because I want everybody there to be all organic. But look at that. So it's crazy how much we need to buy. This here is mandioca. So if you eat fufu or yeah. So this is or kizaka. That's a very Portuguese thing. And in Spanish, I know that we know this one. That's yuca. Look at all that yuca that we got, right? Like, so those are yuca right there. So we got a bunch of those that but here's the problem. This was our first little harvest. This was our first, we got to grow corn at Thanka Farms. Definitely, brother. This was disappointing, obviously, because we were like, yo, we're going to have all of this fruits and vegetables. We're going to kill it. Essa aqui era a primeira coleta que tínhamos. Não era nada grande, mas a primeira. Levou muito tempo. It's most likely sandia. Is it sandia? Vic, nah, I'm going with you, Vic. We're on team Melange de Agua. That makes a lot more sense to me. Sandias doesn't. But this was our first harvest. It was, the problem was you saw everything that was growing. We broke it down. Nós temos 2 planos. Temos cultivos de 2 anos. We have coffee and bananas. That's going to take 2 years, right? Like 2 years to see that. Cultivo de 2 anos, a bananeira e o café. But in the meantime, we also had the corn and mandioca, the yuca, and certain things that were going to take about 6 months. O milho, a mandioca, e outras coisas aí, vamos esperar 6 meses. So that intermediary, we have something to collect. I don't want to just wait 2 years. Ok, 2 anos, e temos alguns de 6 meses. Depois temos outros que vão crescer em 8 semanas. So then we have the 8 weeks, right? That's the tomatoes. So it was disappointing, but because of the rains. But you see here, this is our corn is still growing. So we have a lot of corn that's going to grow. But this is how we irrigate right now. This is called flood irrigation. We just flood it. But flooding a couple organics are not huge, but they're more flavorful. Yeah, absolutely. And let me just go back to that point. You guys notice that these are not esses tomates e a berinjela não são bem grandes, não são bem grandes, mas são orgânicos. Não estamos por aí químicos que tudo isso. So they're not huge, but they're more flavorful. They're healthier. In my opinion, why not, right? So let me show you guys. This is one of our cornfields here, também, and coffee. So in between the corn is coffee and corn. So right here is the coffee and corn field. and let me show you guys where we're at, and then this is the second banana or third banana field. You see how we're getting better. Estamos progresando. Ese es otro canto de bananeira. So you're seeing how it's improving. And then look, you have corn in between, intercropping. Okay. And let me see here. This, olha, está aqui a casa. You guys want to see the walkthrough of the house? This is the small house. This is for the employees. I want them to have something to be proud about. Vamos aqui. Essa aqui é a casa dos empregados que estão aí. 3 quartos, não, 4 quartos. And vamos rebloquear. We're gonna put block around, like it's nice sandstone, whatever. Like make it smooth, make it nice. Let me see if we goes inside on here. Look at that. This guy's building a house with flip flops on. I love it. So when you go inside, this is obviously we're gonna make the floor real nice. We're gonna all this and that, but this is different bedrooms for everybody, open living room, blah, blah, blah. You guys know what I'm trying to do. I've invested a lot in American housing market. So I'm just trying to more tanks. So this is not only we're going to put water tanks in here. We did about 10 of these holes. Gosh, they worked hard on that one. I was like, man, let me give you guys a little bonus. Because we're also going to put fish in there. Vamos por aí o tilapia, também possivelmente bacalhau, não sei. Mas vamos pôr peixe aí dentro. This is one of the other fields here, guys. You see, we're just growing a lot of stuff. And it's not done overnight. Shout out to my cousins who made these straight rows. I told them I want them straight. The mound too, right? So they did it all by hand. That's a lady. This is so I mean, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. Essa aqui é onde estamos. You see how some of them are growing out. Everything down by the river, it's growing so much better than anything. Look, it's just it's a rainforest of food, guys. It's a rainforest of food. So if you're not investing, if you're getting frustrated with where you're at and here in the United States, I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of this is soja. This is soy. I decided to grow soy. You see, it's not doing great, particularly great. They're not as big as the soy that my neighbors grow here in the United States, but again, it's all organic. You see the soy pods. This is for the soy is great to put nutrition and nutrients back into the soil. So you grow corn, but you can't. Successive planting is going to drain your soil of nutrients. So soybeans are great for that. Put Vic's comment back up. Let me see here. I know you said there was a drought, but mine's sure to make runoff. So when it does rain, it can run off into the canister. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because the problem is, to that point, and I've had that here in Pemberton, when it's a drought, you're praying for rain, but then when it rains, it's a flood. So it floods everything out. You were prepared for the drought, but then the flood came. You didn't prepare for the flood. So absolutely, this is here, guys. This is one of the last videos I'll show you guys here, because the rest maybe I'll just save for my Ask Domnat All Access community members. But this is, they're putting the roof on top of the house. This is inside of one of essa aqui, o teto já está feito, está posto em cima dessa casa aqui, mas temos que fazer adentro também o chão, as paredes, rebloquear tudo, as portas. This is going to actually look like a Spanish villa. I literally Pinterest stuff. I Pinterest Spanish villas and I sent it to them, and I'm like, I want this. This is going to be really nice. Okay. Last point here. We got some cows, whatever. This is that runoff area Vic was talking about. We have a little lake that we try to, or un lago that we try to fill up to use. But let's see here. This is how a year later, guys, from seedling to whatever, this is how our coffee is looking. It's growing. It started off with just 1 or 2 leaves, but you see these are the coffee plants. And yeah, let's see here. Strong leaves. We're doing single source Arabica coffee. We're gonna see how it tastes. I don't know if you're a coffee person, if you're a coffee enthusiast. We're looking to get our first. Look how they're having to irrigate. It is not easy work. I can guarantee you, AI is not taking their jobs anytime soon. But I do appreciate them working, flooding the coffee. So we have a couple thousand things of coffee. Look right here. We're starting more seedlings because even though we had a disappointing agriculture in Teca, maybe you might have to lead that charge, because I don't know what I'm doing up there. I might have to fire myself, to be very honest, the way but let's see here. So this is the dump truck, right? Now, o problema que temos aí é que as ruas não estão feitas. Aqui estão deixar a areia só como mais ou menos, não sei se esta aqui estão deixar a areia em Banga. Eu acho que estão deixar a areia em Banga. I don't know that the truck made it all the way up to our fazenda. So what do we have to do? The roads aren't done. If I want something transported up there, I need to make these arrangements to bring these trucks. It's in the middle of nowhere. I'm trying to make it somewhere, but it's right now nowhere. So they have to leave the dirt here, and then we have to put it in another truck to take it up there. And how do we get this dirt? Olha, esse trabalho que os meus irmãos estão a fazer aí. Agora, now we're putting it back in another truck because that other truck can't make it up there. Go with hand, by hand. Now it's possible. It's not easy, guys. So you almost don't take for granted how many opportunities and stuff that we have here. If you are wherever you are, just know, hey, look, somebody else has it. I don't want to call it worse. They're grateful for their job, but just having stable roads and all this and that. But look, they got most of that dirt. That's crazy. Yeah, right. Look at that little big truck. I got. Yeah, right. So got me some trucks, but you see, this is about a 20-minute drive to where we need it, but only this type of truck. Os caminhões assim são os únicos que em realidade podem ir aí com esse peso e tudo isso. Então, yeah. So they're going to drive up there and then take the dirt off by hand. But they know I'm never going to live in those houses. So I'm building those houses for the workers. I'm building the houses for the people there. And you can take that off. Eles sabem que eu estou construindo essas casas para os empregados. Eles sabem que nós estamos construindo uma coisa que é mais grande que nosso próprio propósito. Estamos construindo para o futuro, a geração futura, a futura geração. Então, queremos avançar a agricultura, também o trabalho aí em Angola. Temos muita oportunidade, mas temos que, a gente que se tem a capacidade de fazer, tem que fazer. Não é só sempre que estamos mostrar a roupa, os fatos, os carros. Não, temos que mão de obra mesmo, ok? Bombear, como se diz. Bombear mesmo, ok? It's hard work no matter how you look at it. I learned that when I worked in a pig farm in DR. Exactly, DR. I was in DR. Amazing. I love what I'm seeing in DR as far as their connectivity to agriculture. But that is it for today, guys. I appreciate you guys staying, looking at the journey. If you want to know more about what we got going on at Teca Farms, like Mr. Fireball 619 was talking about, or a Fazenda de Javoi Celeste e Domingues. Now, let me tell you this one thing. The name of the fazenda, the name of the farm over there is Fazenda da Javoi Celeste e Domingues. Why did I say that? Because those are my grandmother's names. My cousin Futura, shout out to her. When we were out there, she was saying, man, you know what? Everybody always honors our grandfathers, but our grandmothers are the ones that cradled us and whatever. I would love to honor them one day. And so that just sparked a light bulb. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my grandmother's farms back in the day. So the Fazenda da Javô Celeste e Domingues. Hopefully you'll be, if you are into coffee, we're hoping to get our first batch of coffee. It might not be the best one, but I'm happy to send it to you guys. So se querem café que vamos já colher daí esse ano ou próximo ano, só me deixe saber. I'll send you some coffee. So guys, until then, thank you for watching the Ask Domnac show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern, the fastest 30 minutes of your day to make you an overall more informed person. Meu nome é Dominique Tecapanzo Pereira, mas vocês podem me saber e conhecer como Ask Domnac.